My name is Serhiy Kiral. I'm a Deputy Mayor for International Cooperation at the Lviv City Council. I'm also a former MP of our parliament. So we are 23rd of February. This is a time when 11 years ago there was a Maidan revolution in Kiev. The anniversary we are marking as the time and place which changed the history of Ukraine and actually also triggered the Russian invasion. Russia has always been a threat for Ukraine for centuries, and this period, 2013-2014, with the Revolution of Dignity and the subsequent invasion of Russian forces with annexation of Crimea and occupation of Donbass, has demonstrated that it will never, it didn't then, and it will never put up with the fact of independent Ukraine, free Ukrainian people, democratic values, which are resonating so much with what Russia is building as an authoritarian and dictator state in their country. So they will never give up on the idea that Ukraine can be part of NATO or the European Union. For that reason, there is no belief among the Ukrainian society, particularly military, that any negotiations, any ceasefire, of any pressures coming from the current administration of in the United States will lead to a sustainable peace and will make sure that Russia will not invade Ukraine anytime in the future. You can hear it from the military, who are very openly saying, we see the Russians, they are still there, they are still here in Ukraine, they are our enemy, and we need to do what we can to repel them, to kick them out. Only after they're gone and all of the Ukrainian territory, including Donbass and Crimea, is liberated, and Ukraine is part of the European Union and NATO as the security guarantee for Ukraine, we can talk about a lasting, sustainable peace and the protection of democracy and free world starting from Ukraine. Ukraine is a shield for the democratic values nowadays. Hopefully the peace will be sooner or later, but we also have to be prepared to fight, to continue to fight. And with your help, with the support of organizations like Fritt Ukraina, Norwegian government, many of the European countries, who must start playing a more bigger, more important role with the current oscillation in policy in the United States. This is a critical moment for all of us to come to grips to the reality. I'm glad to be with Fritt Ukraina almost from the first early days of their missions and their work. Very important projects they do for our Ukrainian defenders who fight not only for us, for Ukrainian sovereignty and territorial integrity, for our future of our children, but actually for all of the Europeans and all of the world, civilized democratic world. The support, as we discussed today with some of the representatives from the brigade, we are getting through Fritt Ukraina and through other donors from Europe is extremely important, particularly in current very turbulent times. Those hundreds of vehicles and drones and other accessories, power banks, even warm clothing for our defenders is playing a very important, critical role in them being able to sustain and continue, despite all the politics, despite what's happening in the world. The Russians are still there. They are the aggressors. We need to kick them out. We need to repel their efforts to subjugate all the Ukraine. Every day we get missile attacks and drones, despite the so-called negotiations happening, which sends a strong signal from Russia. They are not going to stop. They are going to continue with their aggression, and with your support, with Fritt Ukraina, with our military and the defenders, we will stand our ground and we will continue to fight until the full victory. Only victory is going to bring a lasting and sustainable peace and put Russia outside of danger and threat, not only to Ukraine, but to Europe. So thank you again, the Fritt Ukraina and all the donors, all the Norwegian people, the whole nation, all the Europeans, for your support, and make sure if you are in trouble, we will be with you as much and as well as you are with us.